Ah, the homeland of our colonizers, the beautiful Spain. All jokes aside, it's definitely one of the countries I see myself moving to. I don't know, there's just something about this country that just feels refreshing. You have the diverse landscapes, urban life, it's rich in culture, the tapas, the romance, and the people here are so attractive. Like, what's your secret? I need to know. So we arrived in Barcelona, our Uber dropped us off at what was supposed to be our Airbnb, but our host gave us the wrong address, and so we had to walk for 20 minutes to the correct one with our luggages. Bruh, we were all sweating by the time we got there. I don't have a clip of our accommodation, but it was the smallest Airbnb I've ever stayed at. The elevator literally was only able to fit 2 people at a time. I felt like a sardine in like a tiny little can, but the location was very convenient. We were on La Rambla, and downstairs was Mercado de la Boqueria, Plaza, so it wasn't too bad. My parents were exhausted from just that 20-minute walk, so they decided that they were gonna nap while me and my aunt walked around and explored the Gothic quarter, El Raval. We actually went to go eat at this restaurant. I found it on Google Maps and I was like, ooh, this looks tasty. They have a bunch of like quesadillas, tacos, good like sangrias, margaritas. It hit the spot. The weather was absolutely perfect that day. You know, like when it's really sunny, but there's like a slight breeze, like a cool little brisk breeze. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite. It was my birthday that day and we didn't do much, but honestly, that was enough for me. Like, I'm strolling the streets of Barcelona and eating good food, catching some sun. It's, I couldn't ask for more. And then we ended the day visiting La Sagrada Familia, which is so beautiful. It was stunning. And I didn't even go inside yet. That's later on. But I was shooketh. The next morning, we had breakfast at this restaurant downstairs. We had churros, but it was alright. It wasn't that good, honestly. We headed over to La Sagrada Familia. We did a self-guided audio tour, which I liked because I was able to enjoy and go at my own pace. And I recommend doing this because you're definitely going to want to take it slow. There's just so much beauty, symbolism, and history to take in. If you haven't visited the basilica yet, there are 3 facades. They each depict the different aspects of Jesus' life. So the Nativity, Passion, and Glory facade. It was so cool to see how lively the Nativity side was compared to the Passion, which was really dull and bare. As I was entering the basilica, the audio played some majestic choral music like I was about to enter the gates of heaven. And please tell me why it set the mood, because the moment I look up, I was just speechless and in awe. Like, you really need to add this to the list of things to see and do before you die, whether you're religious or not. I'm not an art expertise, but when I tell you the architecture, the design, the concept, the symbolism, just like all the little details were so well thought and absolutely breathtaking. For instance, the stained glass windows on the Nativity side has cooler tones, which becomes prominent as the sun rises on the east to represent the birth of Jesus. While the stained glass windows on the Passion facade has tones of reds, oranges, and yellows that make the room look like it's on fire at sunset to represent the resurrection of Jesus. I thought that was so brilliant. Also, you'll get to learn about Gaudi's story, which ended tragically. Then we met my British cousin that lived in Barca, who I at the time didn't know existed until a few weeks before. Yeah, crazy. But we got dinner at this restaurant that had patatas bravas that I still think about to this day. It was so delicious. Another day, another Gaudi attraction, but this time I was channeling my inner cheetah girl. This is Park Güell. This is where they filmed one of the scenes for Strut. If you know, you know. The mosaic and colorful tiles were stunning, and if you visit during summertime, definitely come here early in the morning or late afternoon porque hace mucho calor and there's little shade, so don't say I didn't warn you. Me, really good.
What? Yeah.
Sé que duele, pero quiero más.
Then we got lunch and headed to Barceloneta beach where I met up with my cousin and did some people watching. It was my last night in Barcelona and I wanted to experience the nightlife before I left, so my cousin took me out. And this was still during COVID, so we didn't go to the popular clubs, but we went to this bar that had darts, a ping pong table, and a mini golf in the bathroom. They also had karaoke, which of course, being the Filipinos that we are, we couldn't say no to that, so we kicked off the night with some Alicia Keys. It was a chill night and I'm so glad I had the chance to meet my cousin for the first time while I was there.
The bin. I was respectful, you know.
The bin.
Banana colada. Ota in the water. It's fertile in the water.
So we made it to our Airbnb in Madrid and this is what it looks like. I'm so excited.
Falling to pieces in my room. Are you coming over? That's cool.
We were starving, so we went to Tacos al Pastor. This was one of the food spots that I couldn't miss while I was in Madrid. And oh my gosh, it did not disappoint. We tried every flavor of tacos, and they were so flavorful, so delicious, and they were only €1 each. Like, that's insane. So I didn't really plan this Madrid trip out as much as the other cities that we visited. So what I like to do sometimes is just go with the flow, walk around and see where life takes me. And yeah, that's what I did. Basically, I used Google Maps just to see the general area where I am. So my parents and I walked around the neighborhoods of Cortes, Lavapiés, Embajadores, and the Palacio area. In total, we got in about 30,000 steps, which was a lot. We were so exhausted. Madrid is one of those cities where you won't run out of things to do, and each neighborhood has its own uniqueness to it, so there's something for everyone. The next day, we did more touristy things. We tried churros from 2 popular chocolaterias. I did not expect for the hot chocolate to be that thick, and it's definitely something I wouldn't crave on a daily basis, maybe like once or twice a month, but the churros were good. We walked around Plaza Mayor, did some souvenir shopping, tried some of the foods at Mercado de San Miguel. Then we spent an hour at the Royal Palace, relaxing, sitting on the steps, listening to musicians that were playing. It was a really nice time. At night, I went to a bar near my Airbnb and I met these 2 girls there and we decided to check out espit chupitos. They have over 600 unique shots on their menu and are served in the most creative way. I picked a random shot not knowing what to expect. The bartender gave me Harry Potter glasses and a wand. He drew a little scar on my forehead and each time I shouted one of the spells, he would light the drink on fire, making sure that I said it with energy and conviction. It was such a fun time. The music and the vibes were great.
Harry Potter, say the spell, say with energy, and with the body. You say, Spectral Patronum! Spectral Patronum!
Then we went to this random person's flat where they were having like this small party. And I met Professor.
Yo, hold on, look at Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, put it on.
Sorry for the lack of warning if you're an animal lover. This is at Restaurante Botín, famous for being the oldest continuously operated restaurant in the world, where one of their specialties is the roast suckling pig. In my opinion, the food was alright. It's just lechon, nothing special. A few hours later, your girl was hungry again, so I checked out this little panaderia by the Airbnb that I would always pass by. But I didn't get anything from there. I was actually craving something refreshing since it was really hot that day, so I stumbled upon this cute vegan restaurant and ordered myself an acai smoothie bowl. Then as I was walking home, the scent of empanadas stopped me in my tracks, and of course, I bought 3. No regrets. I did a bar crawl that I booked on Airbnb. That was fun, met a lot of people. Didn't stay out for too long, probably until 3, which isn't too bad. Proud of myself. On the last day of our trip, we went to El Retiro Park, which the Crystal Palace is located. Unfortunately, I don't have footage, but trust me, it's beautiful there. Also did some last minute shopping around the city. We went inside this record store and there was a cute pug laying on the floor trying to sleep. I think his name was Milo. I don't remember, but look at that tongue. You guys, this Primark was gigantic. I've never seen a Primark that big before. I believe there were 4 floors. Oh god, it looked like a mall inside. This is the street in Malasaña where all the thrift shops and vintage stores are. Check it out when you're here. I don't know what to say. I am in love with this country. I really do hope to come back soon and stay here for a while. Not sure how, but it's my dream to live in Spain once in my life.
I'm definitely coming back. So it's not goodbye, to see you later.
But until then, I'll be exploring other parts of the world and documenting it. So I hope you stay and follow along. Okay, bye.